All right, guys, welcome back to another form check where we get better on form and technique. We got plenty of videos today, so we are going to get right to it. You pull up the screen. Reminder for everybody watching the replay or here live, we are running a live kettlebell workout tomorrow, Thanksgiving Day, in the morning at 10 a.m. East Coast time. Make sure to RSVP so you get the link and so you start your Thanksgiving on a good note because we know we're going to consume a little bit extra calories tomorrow. Hope to see you all there and let's get started. Make sure that this is um, the right thing. 19. Yeah. All right. For some reason, there's two of you, Craig. That's so weird. All right. Now there's three of you. So let's see what we got here. We got the overhead. Hmm. Tricep extension. Good grip. Nice. Very good. So when you're doing this, you see how your arm is kind of at an angle. First of all, your arms are getting just more lean and leaner. Strong, that definition is coming out. So this is pretty good. It's not bad, but what we want is to be as vertical as possible. As vertical as possible, as vertical as your mobility allows it. So this looks really good. So I just want you to think about that when you're doing these things. But this is very good, man. Good
You,
effort.
you mean vertical with the elbows?
Like right there, you see how your arms are kind of in front of you a little bit? I would prefer when you extend that you're here, extending here as opposed to extending here. It's not that big of a difference, but we will be squeezing a little bit more mobility that way. But the exercise itself, like this is the purpose of this exercise is the tricep. And what you're doing great for the tricep. But as with everything, we always want to try to squeeze some overhead mobility whenever we can. So this is very good. Great job. You could feel the tension on those, the effort. And that's what we gotta bring. That's what we gotta bring. A little bit heavier, a little bit more tension, a little bit more effort. Going to failure. I don't know. I don't really talk about going to failure, but going to failure is when you can't do another set, another rep. Like you're like, you squeeze it out and you fail the rep. So taking some of the sets to that point is important when building muscle. This is good. You got the hang of it. So you gotta let go a little earlier. You're letting go on the way down as opposed up on the way up. So here, your hand should not be on that kettlebell anymore. On the way down, you're letting go, and then you're catching it. You gotta let go as you come up, as you pull the kettlebell. So right here, there you kind of did it. There you go. I think you got the hang of it now. Yeah. Oh, that one you forgot. So you could do it. Like you could do it. You just gotta stay concentrated throughout all the rep, all the set. You had a few of them really, really good. And it's just gonna come with time. It's a lot of coordination. Great job on that. Thruster. Let's see. How low can we go? How low can we go and explode? Two hands. Yeah. Boom. Nice. Good. Nice. Yes. Yeah, I would like to see if we could get a little bit lower, a little bit lower. I want you to get deep into the hole of the squat, but everything else is perfect. You're being very explosive, you're moving quickly, absorbing, exploding, very powerful stuff. Great work. KB squat to curl. We talked about the goal will be to get those elbows very close to the knees on the curl. Obviously, that will come with time, but trying to get down there. Good. All right, so you gotta kind of slow things down. So you gotta come down to the squat. You see how before you're at the bottom of the squat, you're already letting the kettlebell go down. So you haven't even got into the bottom of the squat. Well, this one you did. But like right here, you're already dropping that kettlebell and you're not even at the bottom of the squat yet. So this one, as opposed of the thruster that you just did, that is kind of like two moves into one and it's smooth. This one, I do want you to like go one by one. So first, a squat, then the curl, then get up. So take it step by step. Don't try to mix this into a one because then you're gonna be doing neither. So first squat and then curl. So break it apart. Nice. That one was good. Yeah, great job. That's with the 35 pounds. Yes, sir. We working. Yeah. Nice. That was good. A lot more control towards the end, probably because it got harder. And that's the thing. Your brain, your body will um unconsciously start doing these things quicker or try to see how it could make things easier by taking any sort of shortcut that you can. You have to like be aware and like take your time with it because your body's gonna want to do it's gonna want to do whatever is most efficient to the body. You gotta control it. You gotta for that exercise, you gotta break it uh one step at a time. See what we got here. Swings. Yeah. Oh my God. First time swinging, officially on your program, but we cut half your body. But from what I can see, it's not bad. It looks pretty straight right here. It's funny you're aligned with the cutoff, so it's like a straight line going through your spine. It doesn't seem like you're leaning back, but over here, your chest is facing the turf. You should be facing the turf. So put your chin slightly down and push it back. And then, you know what? That's all I'm gonna say. Uh, because when we're talking about the swing, you don't want to be so squatty. See how the right here, it's like very squatty. Your chest is upright. You're looking completely forward. So this is different to the one I paused. See, this is a little bit more hingy. Look at the chest position. Chest position, you go from, oh, let's see. So keep that in mind on the next one. You don't want to be so squatty. You don't want to be so squatty that your chest is upright. Your chest should be facing the turf, and so should your face and eyes. So a little bit less bend on the knee and drop the chest a little bit more. You're gonna feel the bigger stretch on your glutes and your hamstrings. Just like how we deadlift hingy and we try not to deadlift so squatty. We want the same thing with the swing. So keep that in mind. Overall, looks pretty good. I think you're getting better and better on this. So I'm excited for you to start mastering the swings, kettlebell swings. Let's see what we got. Got the split stance, up and down. Yeah, pose. Nice. So I want you to completely lock the back knee when you come up. See this? There's like a bend a little bit on the knee. It's not completely straight. So I want you to be completely straight on the back knee, on the back leg. You coming down, this is pretty good. Obviously, the closer we can get to the floor, the better. But this is good. Slightly go up, slightly come down. That was really good. And this is good, man. This is great. Just lock out. Lock out. You will feel a lot of tension. When you lock out the knee, you really extend the hip and you squeeze that right cheek, the right glute. So keep that in mind. Let's see if get a better. This one looks a little bit better, but this is it's not too bad. It's almost completely straight. I just want you to put more emphasis, and you put more emphasis on that by pushing the toes down. The toes that are out of the screen here, you push them into the ground, lock the knee, lock the hips. Put force into the ground as you come up. Great job. Kettlebell arm bar. All right. This is a test of remembering. This side, you pass the test. The other side, dun dun dun. Yes, we got it on both sides. That's a win, baby. That's a win. Great job. Great work. See this joint dancing around and all of that? That's stabilizing. That's stabilizing the front, back, and side of your shoulder. Like the arm bar is the greatest thing for shoulder stability. And it's the reason why we do it every session. And then it's opening the hip as well. And then because of the weight is over here, is compressing the lat. So it's like squeezing the lat against the floor, which later decompresses it after that's done. Great work. Kettlebell single arm bridge press. Hmm. See the hips. Good press. Nice. Nice. This is good. This is money. Yeah, pay attention how you feel. How's the burning sensation when you get to the end of the reps? And if we need to go up, we go up. And remember, whenever you guys go up in weight, you don't all of a sudden go up in weight in all the sets. You only do it one set. So if you did one set with the blue, second set with the blue, then maybe the third set, if you're feeling good, you could try the yellow and see the results. See if you make it to the reps, see if you only, get 50% of the reps. That's when you fuck around and find out. But this exercise looks good. Always, always, always get those hips as high as you can. That has to be the focus because the hips should slowly start dipping. But other than that, you see how your glutes are a little too close to the ground? That tells me that your hips as not as there. You kind of went up a little bit. So it's just a constant battle with the hips. Like that should be your focus. Hips, 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 hips as you go up and down. Great work. Bridge, split stance, row. All right, I think this we talked about using the hand. Good. Great work. Great work. So what I'll say is I think you lost. See right there? This is where I want you. Like, look how flat your spine is, but you lose it when you go get the kettlebell. Right there, you're good, and then you bend, and then you don't go back to the spot. So just like You could either just put more focus on that, like make sure you pinch those shoulder blades back as you reach down, or you could grab the kettlebell and then get into the stance. Grab the kettlebell, put that foot back, get into the stance. That way, when you get into the stance, the kettlebell's already in your hand and you don't have to reach down for it. Let's see. This looks better. Maybe it was the angle or side, but this looks really good. Nice. Great work, Craig. Your arms. Telling you, by the spring summit, it's gonna be all tank tops, tight tank tops for you. Uh, Body weight, alternating crab toe touches. See what we got. Nice. Very good. Nice. This is it. This is a mix. Shoulder mobility, a lot of core, balance, stability. Great work. I remember when Elliot first did these, he had the same, almost the same feedback as you. He said, these shits are hard as hell. What is this? Great job. Kettlebell overhead single arm march. All right, so this, good. Okay, so you hear me talking all the time about the ear should be right next to the bicep in alignment, but what I don't want you to do is tilt the head. Right now, you're tilting the head to get the now there you go. There we go. It's a little better now. Now see that little space? You having that space tells me that you're not tilting the head. It's a little bit tilted, but not as bad as it was in the beginning. So keep that in mind. One here, this is it. I don't actually mean it should be touching like this because then I'm tilted. I want the straight, just right next to the ear, obviously not out here and not in front as well. So this looks good. This side is a lot better. This side is perfect actually. I can't see your knuckles, but your knuckles should be facing the roof as all the racks. Great job squeezing the other palm. Great job with the speed. Good work. Lock the elbow, lock the elbow. Always, always, always keep that elbow locked. There is no minimal bending of the elbow at all whatsoever. The moment the elbow bends a little bit, the chance of that kettlebell falling on you go up. So keep that in mind. Lock, 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 lock. Always lock that elbow. Kettlebell single arm clean and kettlebell single arm push press superset. Game time. Yes, sir. All right. Let's look at your wrist. How you're catching the clean is bended. The wrist is bent. This is you're cleaning the kettlebell into a bended wrist. That's not gonna be a good rack. That's gonna be a weak rack. It's gonna be uncomfortable. So let's keep that. It's like when you clean, yes, you have to kind of relax because that this is a hard part of it. You relax, maneuver it, but then once it's about to land, you gotta strong again with the wrist. So keep that in mind on the clean. Yeah, it's landing with your wrist slightly bent, and we're gonna go to the other side. The other side seems better, or maybe it's just a different angle. It is your right hand, your dominant hand. Let's see the push presses. Here we go. Yeah. Nice. Nice. Good. Yeah. So the things that we gotta look out is the tilt of the head. We want it to just be completely neutral. And you see how the finish of this is with your arm a little bit more in front. It's crazy because I think it's the same kettlebell, the same position, but it looks a lot different than your overhead march. And it should look the same. Obviously, this is kind of like you get into that position and then you hold that position. But with the push press, you're constantly getting into that position. So that's the same position we want to go back to. Like the arm's still a little bit in front. So that should be the focus when you're doing these. Get it back into that completely straight position. But let's see this side. Looks good. I mean, I think you're getting better. Wrist looks okay. Little, the wrist is a little, see that? The knuckles are facing kind of like to the corner of the roof, not directly. We want this completely straight, not this, which is where you're at right now. So you gotta you gotta put the handle a little bit lower and just keep that wrist straight. Great job. By the way, elevated push-ups. Took a peek at these yesterday, and I think they look good. Like there's a difference, Craig, and hopefully you're not slipping here. There's a difference between executing the exercise correctly, which all of those were really good. Even this one, it was good. Like obviously you're getting fatigue right there. Now you arch a lot. So the first three were really good. Like those were perfect push-ups. But sometimes you get caught up and you want these push-ups to one, feel easy, and two, look very easy. And sometimes that messes with our head. Like you're doing great, bro. These push-ups are good. Now you're struggling and getting the pushes up. Like these are the money makers. These push-ups that you're struggling with that you have to kind of arch a little bit, those are the push-ups that count because the first three they're okay, but now these are the ones that are really challenging you. So you're doing great on the push-ups, man. That looks good. Um, we're just inching our way. We're inching our way to those regular push-ups and you've been progressing immensely. We got incline, press. Yeah, nice. Good range of motion going all the way up. Those bells, the heads of the dumbbells almost touch your shoulders, or they do touch your shoulders. You lock out, you bringing it down with control. Great job, Craig. Great job. I can't tell, but I'll remind you that when you're doing this, the incline, you also want to pin the shoulder blades back into that bench, into that seat. Pinch the shoulder blades back as much as you can as you go up and down. Great work. This is good effort. Yes. Let's go. Let's see it. Yeah. That's called squeezing those reps. That's what I'm talking about. There, you probably could have squeezed another one or two more. And like I said at the beginning of the call, here and there, not every set, not every session, but you want to push yourself to failure. Meaning, okay, I did my 12. Fuck it. Let me see if I can get a 13 or a 14 and then get to that struggle set where you can and then okay, drop them. Body weight, leg raises, crunches, superset. Mhm. Nice. Yes, look at that. There is no more rocking. I forgot what we implemented that I told you last week, but you're not rocking anymore. Oh, I think it was coming up with control. Yeah, so it's about using moment. Obviously, coming up with control is a lot harder. So once you get fatigued, you want to come up fast, and then that's when you start rocking a little bit. And then crunches, just squeezing the hell out of the belly as you come up. Great work. Good stuff. Bodyweight jump squats. Let's see how we are absorbing. Yeah, good. So you could put your hands, like extend your hands just down, like shoot as you when you go up, instead of doing kind of like the circle that you're doing. So you're here on the squat, extend. I'll show you real quickly. Um, dun, dun, dun. Stop sharing. So you're here, squat, boom, just right here, boom. This extend, boom. Don't try not to be all over the place. Um, but regardless, that looks very good. You're absorbing well. You're absorbing. But yeah, it will help you shoot up more also. Good work. KB single rack squat. See that rack. Talk about having vertical form with the kettlebell. And all right, so we definitely want to clean the kettlebell regularly. I don't know why we cleaned it from the side. We could just hike it or dead clean it from the center, but we typically never clean the kettlebell from a suitcase position or a side position like this. All right, let's see. How low can we go? Nice. Good. Race looks pretty good. Form looks pretty good. Squat depth looks pretty good. Great work. Nicely done. Good job. Single arm deadlift. Nice. Yeah, so here it's where I want you to practice uh, bending the knees a little bit less. Bend the knees a little bit less, push the butt back a little bit more. This is fine. This is good. But I just want you to try to do it a little bit hingier, because if we practice this with the deadlifts, it's gonna carry over to our swings as well. Great work. And you don't necessarily have to touch the floor with the kettlebell when you're doing that, especially because now when you bend the knees a little bit less, your hamstrings are gonna, the flexibility of your hamstrings might limit you to get as low as you were with the squatty deadlifts. All right, we got Elliot working on some negatives. So negatives is after the rep is done, he brings it back 1, 2, 3, 4. I think he's supposed to do 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, or he's doing 30 seconds and he's doing them very slow, which is really good. Great work, Elliot. This is control. This is control. This is time under tension. This is good money. Great work. Yeah, explosive. Look at his feet and knees and legs. Boom. He's jumping off the ground. His feet are coming off the ground. Let's see if I catch it. I believe I can fly. His feet are coming. He's so explosive right there. His feet are off the ground. So that's what we want, that explosiveness when we talk about push presses or dead clean, dead snatch, things like that. Lock it. Gotta make sure you lock it. Boom. Good. That left one, that left elbow. Woo! Nice. Great work. Nicely done. Push press. This is a lot of power. PR. Boom. Yeah. Let's get it. Boom. Look how vertical his forearms are. Pretty vertical. Boom. And they stay vertical. When you don't have vertical forearms, look at that. That is perfection. When you don't have vertical forearms, you're gonna waste a lot of energy. Like if you're here, you're gonna have to go from here to here and then push press. And the push press is going very fast. So that's gonna mess your timing up. So when he has vertical, 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 they stay vertical, and then boom, it's easy to get into that push press ending position. Great work, Elliot. Big boss. Strict press 28 kg. I dropped a bell the first try. One kettlebell fell. Yeah. Elbows to the ribs. Ooh. Wow, that is crazy. You gave up that left hand, the weaker hand. Here, you really have to, your breathing has to be on point. So it's inhale, squeeze the ass, exhale as you're going up. Nice. And great job holding it up and bringing it with super control, man. You're really milking the. Oh, look at that fight. That's what I'm talking about, guys. This is what training and pushing yourself close to failure is. Like, it's not gonna go up easy. You have to it's called a grind for a reason. You grind it out. And sometimes you see me do this on my workouts and my story. I'm like fighting, fighting, fighting. And the crazy thing is, in your mind, in your body, it feels like the weight is not moving, but it actually is. So you should have to keep on pushing. Rotational clean and snatches, 20 kg. Let's see the pivot. Dun, 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 shoo. Nice. Very nice. Yeah, that's good. Good job keeping that kettlebell towards one side only. And let's see, I want to see this match it on the others. So I want you to try to, you're doing most, let's see, it's good. That thing is floating up. The float. Great job. All good. Alternating band over rows with the big ball is. 1. Yeah. Computer keeps on doing great work. Good stuff. Great control. Cooking. Elliot is cooking. Cooking some Thanksgiving turkey leg day with these. Nice. That's what we want. We want a straight line from the skull to the ankle. That's the line we're looking for. So nicely done. To the other side. Yes. So good. Great control. Putting the foot down. Great work. Incline barbell presses. Well, I think he meant dumbbell. Dunk, dunk. And that bench. Great work. Locking the elbows at the very top. Coming on the way down. Controlling it. This is great stuff. Breathing. Can't hear the breathing but looking at your mouth and lips, you're breathing correctly, getting the good pattern down. Great work. Get up to half kneeling, 20K. Let's see. Right, Elliot. All right. So first thing on that, you got to slow down. Try not to move so fast. You got to, before you come up here, you have to push the hips into the ankle as much as you can. Butt cheek has to try to touch the ankle in the back. You just come up. You do kind of push back, but not as much as you should. Come back. Good. Oh, what happened here? System error. Let's see, other side. You're about to be doing full get-ups, I believe, next week, Elliot. Dun, dun. Whoa. See, you gotta move a little slower. You gotta move a little slower. Push the hips back. There you go. That's sitting into the hip. But here, your hand is too close to the knee. You didn't give yourself enough room. And that's why that thing was awkward. See that? Your hand should have been a little bit more out here. A little bit more out here. And then it made this kick out a little awkward. Look, your heel's not on the ground. Oh, getting better. Slow down. Slow down, Elliot. Slow down. Uh-oh. Get up to half kneeling with the 28. All right. Let's see it. PR, baby. See what we got. I don't like the other bell being right there. It's gonna get in the way with your palm. Look up. We'll take it. Come on. Woo. So yeah, I wanted you to push. I want you to push to your heel more. If your if your hand is too close to you, you're not gonna give yourself enough room. Actually, good, good. Your back, butt to ankle. Yes, nice. Yes, sir. New personal best, 28 kg for the half kneeling. To have kneeling get up, you gotta lock that elbow. See how this is the thing when we start going heavy, we start forgetting things like locking this elbow right here. You gotta lock it. You gotta lock it. Each step of the get up is important. And right there, you didn't lock it at all. It is the second set. It is 28 kgs, but we can't let our form break down. Great work though. And you did it for 2 reps. That means your true max is probably 32 kg. Let's see. Nice. Good. This side is looking a lot better already. We'll see what happens. Come back to center. Look how this perfect little square. It's like the foot is behind this foot, and then this foot is right behind the knee. It's like a perfect triangle here. Like if you see the floor is square tiles, is like perfectly aligned of the corner of the square. Now, look at the difference when you get to that position. Actually, it's really good too. Yeah, this one was really good. But on the other side, doing the other side, that was a missing thing. Great work, Elliot. See right there how like it's not as square because the foot is back more and you didn't open up the knee as much. Like you gotta square up a little bit more. This foot is not like right behind. It's not aligned with the knee this way and aligned with this other foot. There it's yeah. So that's something we could look at. Great work. It's new levels. New levels. All right, we got Diana with the arm bar on the concrete like a savage. Vamos. You got to get the arm completely overhead, Diana. Completely overhead, like right here. It should be aligned. Should not be kind of overhead. It should be completely overhead. Yeah, this is not gonna cut it. You gotta get this arm back more. Get the arm back more. It should be a straight line from the ankle to the tip of those fingers. So that's what we gotta fix on that. Double arm bar, straight on. Do we got gun fingers? Boom. Nice. Hey, look at that quad definition coming through. Shout out to Diana. She went from 36% body fat to 33. Whoop whoop. See, you're still going to the middle when you're hiking the kettlebell. March looks really good. And okay, this is a little more towards the side, towards your right thigh, which is good. I'll take it, especially with the heavier weight. Good work. Assisted. Whoa. Nice. Very nice. Good work. By the way, ground swimmers. Yeah. Nice. So I want you to bend the elbows at the very end. So over here, bend the elbows and get the palms as high as you can to the upper back. Like if I'm doing this, get the palms as high as you can on the upper back and then push the elbows down like this. And that's gonna really work. Pretty much take this to the next level. So I want you to give that a try on your next time you do these, but this is perfect. High plank. Let's see that glute. Let's see. I feel like you could be squeezing the glutes more, pushing the hips into the ground a little bit more, but I might be wrong. Remember, you should be squeezing the ass as hard as you can on this. This looks good. Good job doing a double chin. Yeah, and yeah, not a good. Dumbbell incline. Yes. Great, great, great control on the way down, touching the shoulders, and then up again. I think you might be at a too much of an incline, like it's almost very flat. I don't know if your bench has it, but you should be at a 45-degree angle. If I had to guess, maybe it's one click up from what you have right now. So give that a try. It's not right or wrong. It's just when the more flat we are, the more of the just regular chest we're working. The more at an incline we are, the more of the upper chest that we're working, which is what we want to do for this. Dumbbell single arm row. Yeah. Very good. Yeah, I want you to let that dumbbell completely hang. See how, like, let it that drop all the way down and then bring it towards the hip. Great work though. Great control. Great contraction. Double bridge press. Go. Boom. All right. Hips could go up for sure. There you go. That's a little better. How about you out? Go as high as you can with those hips. Squeeze the glutes. Yo, there, look at that. That's a little better. But always, always, guys, the bridge position. All we do all day is sit and bend the hips. We never extend them. So, of course, it's going to be hard keeping these hips extended when we're doing these things. But you have to keep that in mind. That you always have to readjust, re-engage, re-engage, re-extend. Dumbbell one arm bend over row. Yeah, let's see the other angle. Nice. Yes. Good job, Craig. You're bringing it to the hip, creating a 90-degree angle on the elbow. Nice. You could be bringing it a little bit more towards the hip. I know a little bit lower towards this area should be your wrist, but this is good. Good work. And moving good weight. These are things that you will get stronger. So when we're talking about dumbbells, you know, the jumps on dumbbells could be only like 2.5. So like you could go from 20 to 22.5. So keep that in mind. The dumbbells and barbell things, like you could add a little, like every week you should be doing a little bit heavier on that last set. So for example, you do 3 sets. The last set of this week, you go a little tiny heavier. The following week, you do the last 2 sets. The following week after that, you do all 3 sets heavy. It's a little different with kettlebells because kettlebells are a bigger jump. They're 9 pounds. Dips, looking good. Money, nicely done. I don't know really video, but I know that I was looking around now, so I really shouted. There you go. You gave yourself your own form check. And guys, listen, this is how we learn, and I think this is why all of you progress so much better because you start hearing me in your head. Like you look at the replay and you're like, "Oh, he's probably gonna say this," and you fix it yourself, you know? Obviously, I still want you to drop videos, but this is the psychology of the form check call. Whoa, this one is a trippy. I gotta turn my head on this one. All right. So this is the split squat, right? I'm assuming. Um, your stance is too short. You gotta move your back leg back more, and it's gonna help you get lower. Because right now your ankles, your tight ankles are getting in the way of the knee getting closer to the ground. So you gotta go a little wider. Get that foot a little bit more back. I mean, it looks pretty good. But we want the lunge to be a little bit more back. Not bad. Oh, there you went a little bit lower. Let's see. Maybe it gets better. Whoa, look at that. So, because you're a quad dominant person, we know that you do your deadlift squatty. So obviously you're gonna do your lunges squatty. So like this is perfection. Look, it's like right angle, right angle, right angle, right angle. 90 degrees. Dun, dun, dun. This is like perfect geometry type of stuff. But we gotta get away from this because we want to work your glutes more and your hamstrings more. So you gotta get a little bit wider. So it's not all quads because that's your forte. We got to work on your weakness. Deadlift. Let's see if we do these deadlifts hingy as opposed to squatty. Uh-huh. Good. Feel like, is this single arm? Where's the other arm at? This is single arm. So yeah, we gotta fight that shoulder roundness. You see on this side how things are looking. Yeah, it's hard for you to keep that shoulder back. That's the whole focus we should be focusing on, keeping that right shoulder back. Um, try to use the towel trick. You still haven't done that. Goblet squats. Yeah, nice squats. There, this is your jam. Look at that. This is what I'm talking about. Quad dominant, like just perfect squat. Swings. See how we're looking. Respira profundo. Deep breath. Good. Here we go. Pop. Boom. Three. Yeah. Good. I will say you're bringing the kettlebell a little bit too high. You want to keep it shoulder high. It's just right here. That way you're not looking up at the bell and then you maybe lean back. I wouldn't say you're leaning back here, but by you letting the kettlebell just travel to shoulder height, you'll be a lot straighter. And shoulder blades back, shoulder blades back. You got to get into that arch position. You have a neutral spine, but see that little curve on your upper right here? We gotta pinch your shoulder blades back. Little curve. It's not too dangerous compared to having that curve on your lower back, but you gotta engage that rotator cuff, those posterior muscles, really pinch them back. And that's the big task we're working on. So it's gonna get better. Kettlebell swing, leg raises. Let's see. Nice. Good and control. Very good. I will tell you to like round the shoulders and get the shoulders off the ground and your head, but that might cause neck strain or neck discomfort. So maybe give it a try. If not, if it doesn't feel good, then you don't have to do it. Here, you have support from your hands on the crunches, so it's a little different. But squeeze hard. You gotta let the air out. Let the air out. Let the air out. Inhale, exhale. So really squeeze it hard. But that looks good. Working on those abs. Great job. Way to work. All right, guys, that is all for today. Make sure to tune in at 6 p.m. for our group check-in. Thank you for watching the replay. Thank you for posting your videos. If you didn't see your videos here, make sure to record yourself and post some videos. And remember that we got the live kettlebell workout via Zoom tomorrow, Thanksgiving Day, 10 a.m. East Coast time. Be there, get the sweat in together with the gang. See you guys later. Peace.